Now hypothalamus. What is it? The hypothalamus is it is a part which is present in a brain, and the location of the hypothalamus is below the dicephalon or the forehead. The hypothalamus is in contact with the pituitary, and it is also associated with the pituitary most of the time. So this was about the location. That is, it is present beneath the dicephalon, which is the forehead, and above the pituitary. Now we'll study about the function of hypothalamus. This was about the location. Let me tell you about the function. The function of the hypothalamus basically includes the secretion of many hormones, and basically the function is to secrete hormones. And these hormones are secreted to pituitary gland. So this was about the function to secrete hormones, and there are basically two types of the hormones that the hypothalamus secrete. Type of hormones. There are two types. The first one is the stimulating hormone. And the second one is the inhibiting hormone. So I'll give you an example of each of the following. For the stimulating hormone, let's take an example of GnRH. That is gonadotropin releasing hormone. The gonadotropin releasing hormone, it helps in the synthesis of the gonadotropin gonad. And I'll give you an example of the inhibiting one, which is somatostatin. So this was about the types of the hormones. Now the hypothalamus is connected to the pituitary by the help of the axons and by the help of a circulatory system. Now let's see what are those. So basically, I've told you about the hypothalamus, its location. It is beneath the dicephalon, that is beneath the forehead, and then comes its function. The function of the hypothalamus is basically to secrete hormones, and these hormones directly go into the pituitary. That is for the next part. I'll teach you what happens in the pituitary. And then basically what you have to remember about the hypothalamus is what are the types of the hormones that are secreted by hypothalamus. Now as I told you, there are two types, which is the first one is the stimulating one, and the second one is the inhibiting one. For example, if a man grows, so there has to be the growth hormone which is required for the growth of a particular person. And if the growth is increased, and if the growth hormone does not stop, it does not inhibit, the growth hormone does not inhibit, then the man can keep on growing, and that is why he can become gigantic. And if there is a shortage of the growth hormone, that is, he can become the thing which is called as It is known as dwarfism. If he grows bigger, for example, due to the this can be caused due to the growth hormone. This is because of the growth hormone. It only depends, the height of the person only depends upon the how much of the growth hormone is released by the pituitary. If it is more, then the person can become gigantic, and if the amount of the hormone is less, then the person can become dwarf. And the term which will be said is dwarfism or gigantic. So these were the things which are associated with the hypothalamus. Next we'll study about talk about the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. Now let's talk about the location of the pituitary gland. Location. It is located in a bony cavity which is known as sella turcica. Located in bony cavity called as sella turcica. This was about the location of the pituitary gland, which is located in the bony cavity sella turcica. Now the pituitary gland can be divided into two. It can be divided into two things, which is the first one is the adenohypophysis, and the next one is the neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis is also known as, it has two divisions further, and which are pars distalis, and the second one is pars intermedia. Now this one is also adenohypophysis. This one is also known as anterior pituitary. Pars distalis is also known as anterior pituitary. And here the neurohypophysis is known as posterior pituitary. So there are many hormones which are secreted by the pars distalis, which is the anterior pituitary. So let's study about those hormones which are associated with the pars distalis, anterior pituitary. The first hormone which I'll tell you is these all are the types of the hormone, which is the first one I'll explain you is the GH, which is growth hormone. It helps in the growth. The second one is PRL, which is prolactin. Then comes TSH, which is thyroid stimulating hormone. Then comes ACTH, which is adrenocorticotropic hormone. LH, which is luteinizing hormone, and FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone. Now Now each of these hormones, they have their specified function and specified work in the human body. I'll explain the detail of each and every one. I have right now I have explained you the full forms of these hormones, which are only restricted to the pars distalis. There's the pars distalis, and the second one here is the pars intermedia. The intermedia is fused with the pars distalis, and here were the list of the hormones which are secreted by the pars distalis. Now the pars intermedia only secretes one hormone, which is MSH. MSH is the melanocyte melanin stimulating hormone. MSH is the melanin secreting hormone. The main function of the MSH is to stimulate the secretion of the melanin. The melanin is the pigment which helps in the pigmentation of the skin. The melanin is the pigment. It is a pigment which helps in pigmentation of the skin.
Hello, my name is Vidhi Chaudhary, and today I'll be teaching you the chapter 22, which is chemical coordination and integration. So previously I have discussed about the divisions in the hypothalamus, and now I'll be discussing neurohypophysis. There are two divisions of the hypothalamus. The first one was the adenohypophysis and the second one was the neurohypophysis. So today I will be discussing the second one, the neurohypophysis. So neurohypophysis, this is also known as the dorsal part, or also it is known as the pars. Pars nervosa. So neurohypophysis, there are particularly two hormones that is secreted by neurohypophysis. And वो hormones हैं oxytocin and और vasopressin. सो ऑक्सीटोसिन और वासोप्रेसिन दो हार्मोन्स हैं जो कि न्यूरोहाइपोफाइसिस या फिर पार्स नर्वोसा सेक्रीट करता है. सो देख लेते हैं कि इनके फंक्शंस क्या होते हैं. ऑक्सीटोसिन के फंक्शन होते हैं, ऑक्सीटोसिन यूज होता है फॉर द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ स्मूथ मसल्स or particularly in the uterus for the childbirth, in the uterus for the childbirth. And also oxytocin is used for the ejection of milk. These are the two functions of the oxytocin. Now let's come on to vasopressin. Let's see the function, which are the functions of the vasopressin. The very first function. So vasopressin क्या करता है? It is So these are the two functions, that is the reabsorption of the water from distal tube, और also vasopressin क्या करता है, वो मेंटेन करता है इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक बैलेंस. इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक बैलेंस मतलब इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स जैसे कि Na, एग्जाम्पल Na प्लस, इनके बैलेंस को मेंटेन करता है. रीअब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ द वाटर करता है, क्योंकि ये वाटर को रीअब्जॉर्ब करता है किससे? फ्रॉम द डिस्टिल ट्यूब. डिस्टिल ट्यूब मतलब जो नेफ्रॉन में डिस्टिल ट्यूब होते हैं उससे. सो रीअब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ द वाटर, क्योंकि रीअब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ द वाटर करता है, देयरफॉर इट इज नोन एज एंटी डायूरेटिक हार्मोन. इसीलिए देयरफॉर इट इज नोन एज एंटी diuretic hormone. So these are the two functions. And these are the two functions which is the so let me first explain you. पहला जो होता है वो होता है एडिनो हाइपोफाइसिस, विच जो कि हाइपोथैलेमस का फ्रंट पार्ट होता है. सो उसके बैक साइड में जो डोर्सल पार्ट होता है उसे हम कहते हैं न्यूरोहाइपोफाइसिस. सो न्यूरोहाइपोफाइसिस, जिसको हम पार्स नर्वोसा भी कहते हैं, उसमें दो हार्मोन सेक्रीट होते हैं. सेक्रीट्स टू हार्मोन्स. पहला है ऑक्सीटोसिन और दूसरा है वासोप्रेसिन. सो ये मैंने फंक्शंस एक्सप्लेन कर दिए, इनके फंक्शंस. सो इसका फंक्शन होता है कि कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ दी स्मूथ मसल्स करना, स्पेशली इन द यूट्रस फॉर द चाइल्ड बर्थ. एंड सेकेंड फंक्शन है इंजेक्शन ऑफ मिल्क. एंड द फंक्शन ऑफ वासोप्रेसिन हार्मोन क्या होता है? रीअब्जॉर्प्शन, वाटर को रीअब्जॉर्ब करना फ्रॉम द डिस्टल ट्यूब ऑफ नेफ्रॉन. ठीक है. और द सेकेंड है मेंटेन द इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक बैलेंस. सो देयरफॉर इसको हम कहते हैं एंटी डायूरेटिक हार्मोन, क्योंकि ये वाटर का रीअब्जॉर्प्शन करता है. देयरफॉर इसे हम डायूरेटिक, एंटी डायूरेटिक हार्मोन कहते हैं.